everyone, so second video review for this week is for Remember Us by Emma Nichols. For any of you that didn't see the introduction video last week, because I was reading this as paperback, this is what the book looks like, and that introduction video is still available, so please go and check that out. This is a video review for Remember Us, but I have just posted my Goodreads review a few days ago, so if you want to go and check that out, if you're on YouTube there's a link in the description below, and if you're on Facebook or if you are on my blog then there is a link within the post. And this is the video review. So Remember Us by Emma Nichols is the second book in the Vincenti series, and it follows on from the first book, which is Finding You, that I read last year. So this one, where we were getting to a sequel, I, having read the first book, had no idea what to expect, and what I got in this story was completely unexpected. Like, I could not have predicted how Emma was going to take this. When I finished the first book, no idea, and when I started this book, no idea. So basically it's following straight on from the events of the first book. So Anna, she's been through quite an emotional event in her life, and she's trying the best she can to move on and continue with her work, which is starting to get quite successful and growing into quite the career, but her mind won't settle about what has just happened. Lauren is having to deal with what happened and overcome a lot of things now, and she has many hurdles in her way, and there are a lot of things standing in the way for both Anna and Lauren in achieving what their hearts really desire, and they can only sort of power through it to get to what they had planned for. So one thing I like about this book is it's full of, I'm not going to say surprises, but they are sort of surprises. So if you haven't read the first book in the Vincenti series, then you will be at a slight disadvantage in reading this book, even though I do think you could read this and get enough context alone. But I would definitely recommend that you read the first book first, because that way you'll really understand what's going on in the story. There is a lot about this book that you can't say too much in reviews without giving away huge chunks of the plot and spoilers. So if you haven't read the first book, it will affect how you perceive the second book if you just pick this up and read it. So I would definitely recommend buy them together, read it as a series, read them in order, because it's pretty much following on. But you could pick up what was going on from the story from this if you really wanted to just dive in here. But again, I wouldn't recommend that. I would definitely recommend reading the first book first, because Emma has given you enough insight, but the first book really sets the premise for everything that's going to happen in this book. And like I say, everything in this book is completely unexpected, so you will be really sort of thrown into a mix if you're not familiar with Lauren and Anna's characters and their past and everything that's happened to build them to the part of their life that they're at today. So it was interesting to see where Emma took Anna and Lauren's story, because like I say, it was completely unexpected for me. I thought, you know, they would get everything sorted really quickly and this would be about their future, but this very much is filled with surprises, plot twists, curveballs, everything, and it's not as smooth sailing and as plain as I thought it was going to be. So I loved that I got a surprise from this book, because usually when you pick up a romance and it's in parts like this and you've got to one part and then you've got to another part, it's just a follow on and a continuation of events and everyone's happy, and that's what you kind of expect. And then Emma just brings you a series of romance books that are completely unexpected, and I love that. It's something different. It's something different for the romance genre, and it gives you new edge, new perspective, new story, new thing to question, and I love that. I loved questioning everything that was going on, especially with this story and Anna, because even though I couldn't have predicted how their story was going to go out and how it was going to play at all, Anna and Lauren, they have this very complex, totally unique relationship, and they had it in book one and they've got it again here in book two. And even though they are certainly the main focus of the story, there are other characters lacing in throughout this one. But I felt the book was more about Anna, and I felt it was more from Anna's perspective. You might read it and feel that it's equally balanced, but I think it was more about Anna and the things going on in her head. And for me, having sort of met Anna as a character in the first book, to then see how her thought process and how she was behaving in the second book, it was something different, and still unexpected from her, completely unexpected. Like, that is the only word I can use. If I had to sum this book up in one word, it would be completely unexpected, because unexpected just explains everything that Emma's done in this. And I loved that we had some additional characters to build out the cast and to build out the story, and they were characters we'd met previously or touched on meeting previously, but we got a little bit more insight into their life. Like, for example, Anna's best friend Ava, who she was a vital part of Anna and Lauren's story, and she continues to be, but in this book she really had a prominent part to play in that development for the future. So it was lovely to have some progression for all characters, not just Anna and Lauren, and open up a few more possibilities for future stories, because I know there is a third book in this series. I really would like to read it and when I have time and sort of see where they all are now, because again I've been left thinking, well, this one was completely unexpected. What surprises has Emma got for us in future for these characters? And it would be great to see what they are. But I've really enjoyed the second instalment in the series, and I really do look forward to reading the next one and any future books or stories about Anna and Lauren, because like I say, they have a really unique relationship, and I think something different is always good in the romance genre. So I hope you all go and check out Remember Us by Emma Nichols. I'll pop a link in the description for you so you can go and grab a copy of the book if you want to, which I hope you will. If you've read Remember Us by Emma Nichols, please let me know what you thought of it. How did you find the story? Have you read the first part of this series? Was it what you expected from the sequel? If you haven't read it yet, or you're planning to read it, or it's on your to read list, or you're now really interested in reading it, again, let us know, because it's always great to hear what you're interested in reading. And if you do read it, I hope you enjoy it. Bye!